What is good, guys, and welcome to today's video. And we've got a pretty big update on the abandoned 32 Skyline project. But before we get into that, I hope you're having an incredible day no matter where you are in the world. And if things suck right now, it's okay. They're going to get better. But let's get on to the 32. So as you guys know, we bought an R32 Skyline that was abandoned to restore. A 4-door 32, let's show you. And this is the 32 here. And all things considered, we did really well. The fact that this thing was abandoned, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have already been watching the videos, but those who haven't, this is kind of a bit of a recap. But other than a bit of surface rust here in the front where the front fenders go, under the body is in really good condition. Actually, surprisingly, really good condition. We do need, however, a new radiator support because this thing is bent and tweaked pretty bad. Plus, all of this was cut out in here for some reason, I guess intercooler piping by the previous owner. But all in all, it's actually in really good shape. In the rear as well, the back panel is still the 4-door one, even though they did a 2-door conversion on the rear with the taillights. Instead of switching that out, they just kind of cut holes and silicone them in. So we got a donor car, which you guys would have seen in a previous video as well, and we needed to cut some panels out of it. So we're going to go to the body shop, the guys that are doing the panel swapping for me and cutting and removing and all that stuff, and we're going to see where that thing's at now. We've just arrived at the body shop, but check this out. This is like an industrial area here in Japan. There's shops everywhere, and then there's a random farm here. But a lot of these industrial places in Japan, everything's all gravel road. It blows my mind. All of these places here are industrial shops, they do trades work or they store stuff and things like that. But it's crazy, how some of these guys do the work that they do, and it's all gravel. It blows my mind. Wait till you see these guys and their shop setup. You just never see this in the States or anywhere else in the world, that's for sure. This is their shop. They've made their own garage and stuff like that here. The paint booths in the middle, they do full crazy truck stuff, but these guys mainly specialize in panel replacement, crash repairs and stuff. They'll take a fully crashed car, they'll get panels from other cars. You can see this van here, they got the side panel there, ready to swap onto something, or they've removed that off something because it's wrong, it's damaged, but they'll pull out every little ding. They've got all the right tools for spot welding and all that kind of stuff. So these guys are gonna be doing the panel replacement for me on the 32. And we're gonna take a quick look at this while they're loading it up, but they've already taken all the panels off this one from my 32. It still blows my mind, this is how they work. We'll look at some cool cars in the back in a little bit, but it's crazy. So for now, we're gonna be moving this to my storage yard because at some point, I'm probably gonna need some parts off this or something. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing, is just keeping that there for insurance, and if it turns out I do need something for the 32 4-door off it, we'll cut it out or pull it out of it. It's just going to be good for parts. And then once I'm finished with the project, I'll probably just let someone take it for free if they need parts off it and stuff like that. I'll just let someone else have it. I've gotten my money's worth out of it. But yeah, as you guys can see, we already got all the stuff removed off it that we need. All the spot welds have been properly cut out too, not just drilled all the way through, which is good to see. I'm pretty hyped. This shell's honestly still got some good rear quarters in there. Sure, there's rust and stuff like that here, but that's not too bad. If you needed it for a drift car to fix her up, you could use that. I'm sure someone's gonna take this and get some good use out of it, just for parts. I don't think anyone's gonna ever turn this back into a drift car again, but wiring harness stuff too. I actually have some boxes in the K-van I wanna show you, but we got some more parts for the 32. Yeah, they really did a pretty good job. Look at this, all the spot welds. Yeah, you can see from the factory, water gets in there and just rusts, and this is the biggest issue on these chassis, especially in the 33s. So these guys are gonna, when they put the panels, which is them there actually, when they put them on my 32, they're gonna be using the weld through primer and stuff like that to make sure there's no rust issues in the future. It's gonna be really good. Although I'm sure I'm gonna end up smashing the rear end on my car because it is gonna end up being a drift car, the 32, at some point. But hey, we can always get it fixed, right? And these are the panels that have been pulled off here. You can see that rear piece here. Definitely gonna have to clean up some of the surface rust and stuff like that on there, but really not that bad. Same with this front clip here. We got the full radiator support with this section here that we're gonna be replacing on mine. It's good that we got some of these too, because they're hard to find non-cut ones. These are the OEM holes here, and what I like to do is just you follow the line along here and make this nice oval shape hole. Then you don't need to worry about making a huge hole here for intercooler piping. So pretty easy win. I'm really happy about this back panel. It's in really good condition. Like I said, from factory, they always get rust on the inside of where all the spot welds are here and stuff, but this really wasn't that bad. So they'll be able to clean all that up and get that primed with some weld through primer. Rohab, what is this chop shop you took me to?
Just trying to sort your life, bro.
It's funny because
to make you finish your projects.
That's true. Yeah, no, we've definitely expedited this, but like it's funny because like to anyone else this would literally be like what a chop shop looks like in the States, but this is totally normal in Japan.
Let me introduce you to the owner of the shop. This is Mr. Bala. He owns this shop and he makes all these cars from this thing into a grade 4 or 4.5 grade kind of cars. They do the best work out in Japan. Like I've experienced a lot of people, but he's one of those guys that does the best job ever. Yeah. They get rid of rust, they get rid of all the damages. You'll see in the future what kind of cars they can repair and do anything. Yeah. Like you were saying, they very much specialize in like body replacement parts and stuff like that, like panels and things, hey? Yes. So, yeah. His company's name is Olu Japan. And yeah, they specialize in every kind of car. So if you want to get any body work done from, he's the man for the job. All right. I'm not sure, does he have a website or anything like that? All right, we'll put that in the description for anyone in Japan. But like I said, don't be concerned by any of this, because while this isn't like a crazy $1 million shop, they do some amazing work here. There's definitely some interesting cars here being stored for some future work or just storage, I'm not sure, but it's nice S13 here. It's a S15 there. What is this thing? JZX90? Yo, 100. Yo, this thing looks like a lot of fun. Dang, okay. Oh, is this Rohab's old S15? Hey, this is the S15 I crashed into at Ebisu Circuit. I'm like 90% sure of it. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, that's right. He took the running gear out of that and put it into another shell. He reshelled it. There's a 34 here that definitely has a bit of rust issues, I think. Oh yeah. I think this is just here for some parts and stuff. Oof, look at that. All the polish from that's just leaked everywhere on the dash. Nice 180SX, S15 shell that's been crashed and parts taken off it. JZX 100 or GX 100, I think this is probably gonna be. These are everywhere in body shops because everyone uses them for body panels for JZX 100s. Yeah, look, GX. S14. Nice. Yo, this Koki S14 looks clean. Damn, that's beautiful. So yeah, as you guys can tell, there's a lot of stuff here. There you go, there's like a full cab for a truck or something like that. It's probably going on another crash car or something. All right, so we just got to Rohab's yard and we already got the forklift here and everything. We're just gonna put the shell down in this front corner here, out of the way, and we should be good. All right. It's probably the sketchiest forklift job I think we've ever seen here. Let's get it done. This is so sketchy. That's fine there, I think. And there we go. Now I've got two 32s here. But this one's actually going to be going tomorrow to the shop and they're going to switch out those panels for me. And also they're going to fix up like all the little dents and stuff like that are on the car. There's a little dent here, they're going to pull that out, and any little scratches and things like that. Like I've got them pretty much doing panel swap, fixing any little dents, and then everything's then going to my friend Mike at Mike's Racing, and he's going to be cutting these fenders and doing all that work for me because he's like done a lot of drift car stuff, so he's perfect for that. And then he's going to be painting the car too, and we've got a very special paint job planned for this actually. And then there's going to be like a period where we go get the roll cage welded and the inside all painted and stuff like that, but we'll talk about that all later. So as you guys can see, we are moving at a very fast pace on the 32. In fact, I'm hoping to have that car kind of somewhat done and maybe just putting the driveline and stuff like that in, which should go very, very smooth and very quickly by the end of this year if everything goes according to plan. Worst case scenario, we'll have things finished like early January, but that thing's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm just hyped because we're starting to finally get stuff done at a really nice, quick and fast rate. Quick little walk to this vending machine. Looks like they just installed a new one here, which is kind of cool. They used to have this really old one.
But I'm kind of bummed because you used to be able to get these full can Pepsis for only 100 yen, and they've replaced it with a bottle that only gives you 420 ml for an extra 10 yen. That sucks because the cans were 600 ml and it was only 100 yen. Man. Oh, but they do have Mountain Dew. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I might go with that. They do have the usual coffees here too, which is kind of sick. We're definitely going with the Dew. Let's go. The low light on this camera is pretty good, so it might be hard to tell, but it's getting dark really fast. A good indicator is all the street lights are on here. So it is now the next day, and I'm back at Bala's yard here, and you can see they're working on this really nice 180SX. But we've got a pretty big update. I was Twitch streaming the typical Sunday supercar kind of meet that happens at Daikoku, PA. So if you aren't following me on Twitch, make sure you go find me, Dammit SAMMIT on Twitch. But we have a pretty big update. Rohab, the absolute mad lad, did me a solid. While I was there, managed to get the 32 four-door Skyline transported here, and they're already starting on it. So as you can see, the 32 is here, and one of Bala's staff members is already working on it. But it just blows me away, the equipment and the gear that they have here. Like proper frame pullers and stuff. Look, they got one there, they got another 2, 3 up there, like the proper hydraulic ones. Just stuff that you don't see at normal body shops here in Japan, actually. Look at this industrial press, that's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of imports that have come over and horror stories where like the whole rear end's just been full of like bog and filler. And it's very common, actually. Unfortunately, a lot of body shops here in Japan kind of just like little home sheds and stuff where people, like if there's dents, they don't even try to pull it out. They'll maybe hit it from the inside with a hammer and then just slap filler on there and paint over it, pack it even full of newspaper or expandable foam. So to find guys like this that actually do proper like body pulling, like they even have the machines where it tacks on like all these little sticks of metal and like they can pull out all the damage and stuff like that and get it close to new with like hammer and a dolly and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just glad we got it to a place like this. But also, what blows me away so much is in Japan, it's crazy to see what they accomplish with so little. Like I think times in Australia and the USA, it's so easy to think like well, you can't get good work done unless you have like those big shops with all the new tools and all that kind of stuff and equipment. But no, you can really get stuff done, high quality work, like in shops like this. You know, there are some really renowned shops in Japan that work on GTRs and Skylines and Evos and stuff like that, and they don't even have lifts yet. You know, they're still working on the ground. They just jack the car up really high on jack stands and all that kind of stuff and do all the transmission and clutch work and stuff like that in a fast, timely manner too. There's just such hard workers here. I did say before that we had some parts for the 32, and boy do we. Excited to show you some of this. So in this box are some, well, new to me, R32 GTR taillights. So these ones are a little bit nicer than the other ones that we have. So these are gonna look really, oh wow, okay. I don't really wanna open that too much, but you guys get the gist of it. Some black, I think that's like the like really sticky black stuff that goes around the lights, stops it from leaking, but you get the gist of it. Really nice 32. Rear tails in there that came off a GTR. So they've kind of got a little bit of a different pattern on the inside of like the reflectors, which is really nice. And then in this box, we got a full wiring loom from a 32 four-door. This has everything, even like the boxes and everything with the things to solder onto the windshields and everything for the demister or whatever it's called. Everything we need here for the full body loom. So really hyped that we managed to get that. And we got these actually for a really good price. The tails were only $200 and the full body loom was like 50 bucks. No brainer. You guys can obviously tell that we got ourselves a new drive shaft here for the S15, which is in a later video. And what's in here? Oh yeah, this is brake stuff for the K-Van actually. Oh, and then 350Z parts. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of random stuff in my van that we need to do. Anyways, for another video, I guess, those other parts. The guys are already starting to remove the front end, getting those spot welds out. This is pretty cool, but it's a special drill bit that's like designed to just like remove the spot weld and only leave a little tiny mark on the piece under. Really cool. Definitely need to get myself one of those when I start doing panel swaps and stuff, if I ever do. So it's only been a short amount of time. The guy's already separated the radiator support from the top of the body there. He's already working on this piece here. Guy works real fast, knows what he's doing. Pro at work. So good. So that whole piece that he's lifting up is getting completely replaced. Just wanted to come out and show you, but this is the panel that he's replacing, and as you can see, it comes all the way along here and up in here as well. There's still a few pieces on this that he's gonna have to drill the spot welds out and stuff like that, but obviously for the sake of just getting this out as quickly as possible, he just cut in front of those lines. So it'll work out fine when he gets all those strip pieces removed out, and then it'll look good. So we're getting to a pretty big moment now. This whole top section should be able to come off. What he's done to make his life easier so he can get in there is just cut on the this side of that seam weld and pull it out, and then once everything's off, he can get in there and get all of those spot welds out and pull that piece off. Oh man, I'm hyped. There it is. Now what he's probably going to do is he'll probably just trim those off so that piece can come out, and then he can work closer on the radiator support. Almost out now. There she goes. There it is. The old piece is out. Yeah. Wow. So as you guys can see, this is the piece that we just removed out, and I wanted to take a moment to show you guys this. This is something like you have to deal with a lot of old chassis, but see, even along the seams where it was seam welded on both sides, in between the spot welds here, rust starts to form and develop in there. I guess it's a combination of a few things like moisture and water getting in there and not being able to escape because of the seam sealer, but it's good that we're now able to get in there and treat all of that and stop it from getting worse because we're replacing this whole panel. So that's kind of a bonus. Actually, I see a lot of people doing that with their Skylines, like paying shops and stuff to get in there and just replace panels that they know are problems, especially like the back panels where all the rust gets in around the lights and stuff. Very common, actually, that a lot of guys who want to make sure their Skylines are in good condition get a lot of that stuff done over here. So I think we're going to leave things here, let old mate work away, and obviously we'll come back in a few days and see where it's all at, but as you can see, he's already working on that inner sill there, get all those spot welds out. This thing's going to hopefully be done by the end of the week. So take a good look at it now and expect it to all be in primer. Arigatou gozaimasu. So just leaving the body shop now, but it feels so good to have moves being made with the Skyline, and later on this week, a big move happening with the Evo. The Skyline's gonna probably be done by the end of the week, and then we'll be ready for the next stage, probably like getting that cage and stuff sorted out. If we can't get the cage done, we'll probably then move on to paint and getting the fenders and stuff all welded up and all sorted out, and the wide body fitted and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll move into the cage after that, and then do the inside. Just depends on time and when everyone's available who's doing the work. But the Evo, big update coming this week on that. It's going to involve 16 hours of driving and a big road trip, but I hope you guys are excited. We're going to be getting some pretty big goals ticked off for the end of this year, which I was not expecting, and just things all kind of came together. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe. Go get yourself some SAMMIT merch from SAMMIT.net, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Ciao, mata.